Licensing your images to sell them on Adobe Stock is great for those who are just getting started with passive income, particularly for those who have a busy schedule, driving Aston Martins, drinking cocktails and shooting bad guys. And I'll show you in 7 easy steps on how you can get in on this action. And that's the passive income thing, not the spy thing. Step 1. Have a look and see what images you currently have, probably on your phone. Just keep in mind about what photos you upload. Remember how a certain photo of Joey from Friends was used. To make things easier for your first submission, you need to be starting with images that are yours. If you did not create it, assume that you cannot use it. Unfortunately, recognizable content in your photos will have a hard time getting past the submission filters too. For example, if this was my actual photo of me next to my beauty of a car, it still wouldn't work as you've got the Aston Martin logo. You might even see a Walther logo on the pea shooter, and I'd need to be careful in similar shots if my Omega branded watch is visible. This would be applicable to any brand that might be visible in shot. Furthermore, even if I removed the logos with Photoshop to a high quality, the Aston Martin probably still wouldn't get through the submission filter because it's so recognizable. I'd also recommend staying clear of people in your photos as you'll need release forms. Even though I moonlight as James Bond, I have an appetite for engineering. I've got pictures of strain gauges on my phone, which I've put onto my Shutterstock account, and I now need to put it onto my Adobe account. I'd suggest finding 10 to 20 images in this step to upload for your first submission. Step 2. Check out the requirements for image submissions. Image format should be JPEG, color space should be sRGB, the minimum resolution is 4 megapixels and the maximum resolution is 100 megapixels, and the maximum file size is 45 megabytes. Guidelines also recommend not adding effects to photographs. Don't crop, mirror or flip for variations, and don't add text or watermarks. They do, however, say zoom in to 100% when checking your content, and light edits to contrast and brightness are okay, just don't go overboard. Step 3. Head over to the Adobe Stock contributor website, see the description. And if you already have an account with Adobe, then use that account. I'd recommend this as you can get app plans as rewards for doing well on Adobe Stock. I earned a full year of a single Adobe app for each of the last 2 years. Don't worry if you're not an Adobe customer, you can still sell images as a contributor. Step 4. Click that juicy upload button and either select or drag your initial photos. If you upload a handful, you'll likely get some that make it through the filter. Like on the other platforms, you need to add your metadata about the images, so title, keywords, and categories. Normally, I'd submit my images to Shutterstock and Adobe Stock at the same time, and I'd copy the keywords from one platform to the other. I also copy the title across. It just makes sense, really. You'll also be sorting out your releases for each photo that requires them at this stage. And you'll also choose between editorial or commercial use here. As mentioned in my Shutterstock video, editorial content is less familiar to me, but is broadly newsworthy or for public interest. I'd stick to the commercial option, and I'd recommend the same to you, at least for your first submission. Once you've completed all of your details, you're ready to check all of your boxes or select them all, then hit submit. Step 5. Time to drive around in the Aston Martin and save the world whilst your photos are being reviewed. Once you get back from your trip, you should fill out the Adobe tax form to get it out of the way. You can find this on the top toolbar on the dashboard under the Contributor Account option. Step 6. After several days, you should find that they have left the In Review tab and have either been picked up with errors in the Not Accepted tab, or they have made it into your portfolio and can be downloaded by customers. Don't be too disheartened if some of your images get rejected. I'd be surprised if they make it all through. Everyone gets failed submissions, just keep uploading. Step 7. As you make sales, you'll see this chart populated with a figure in the top right. There is a minimum payout setting of $25 US, or £18.75 for me, as my currency is set to British pounds. When you've not reached the threshold, your button will be grey, ineligible for payout. But you can go through the payout process when it turns blue. So when you're above the minimum payout threshold, I'll then ask you which payment method you'd like to choose, and I normally choose PayPal. You'll then get your payment in around 7 days. Then all you need to do is to keep on uploading.